In this video, we're going to take a look at adding in additional contents to your house, not just doors and windows, but other items as well. It could be furniture, but in this case, we're going to take a look at a chimney and a mantle. We're also going to take a look at bringing in some arched openings as well. So taking a look at the openings first, the first thing I want to point out is that an opening is not a door. We walk through it just like we do a door, but in terms of Revit, there has to actually be a door there for it to count as a door. So the opening is not placed with the door tool, it's placed with the component tool instead. So if I select component and go to load family, in my Revit install folder, I should have a folder called openings, and I can choose the opening elliptical arch here. And as you can see, there's some other options as well. There's multiple sizes in this family, so I can choose an appropriate size and then just simply click to place where I want it to go. Let me go with a larger opening on these. So as you can see in the floor plan, it just shows a hidden dashed line to indicate there's an arch at that location. And if I look at it in 3D, I can see my new arches there. So again, the big thing there is just remembering that openings are loaded as components, not as doors. So next up, I want to bring in a chimney and a mantle. These items are not located in my install folder. I've actually got to go out to the internet to get them. So Autodesk has made available to us a library of components that we can bring into our projects. And this is called Autodesk Seek. If you go to the Insert tab, you'll find a section here where you can search Autodesk Seek. All I've got to do is type in what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for a mantle first of all. So I'll type that in and press enter. And as you can see, it takes me to Autodesk Seek, and here's the mantle that I'm looking for. So I'm going to click on mantle 1. And what I want to do is I want to download this to local. So I want to save it to my computer. Now there's multiple different versions. It's been several years since they updated these, so it really doesn't matter which one I choose. I usually just pick the newest. And then I'm going to click download. The thing about Autodesk Seek though is you need an Autodesk account in order to access this information. So you'll probably have to go ahead and hit new user, sign up. If you've already signed up with Autodesk in order to download and install the software, that same account might work. I'm not 100%. If it doesn't work, then just go ahead and sign up to create a new account. I'm going to go ahead and log in here. Then once I'm logged in, I'm going to click download, and it will allow me to go ahead and save the file. So I'm going to choose save file and click OK. While I'm here, I also want a masonry chimney. So I'll search for that as well. There's the one I want. And again, I'll just pick the newest one and click on download and save the file. So back in Autodesk Revit now, I'm ready to place those items. They're components, so I'm going back to the Architecture tab and using my component tool and load family. Now these are in my downloads folder. If you don't already have a shortcut for downloads over here on the left side, where that's going to be located at is under your username. So you can see on my computer here, if I go all the way down here, I can see how I'm logged into this computer. So there's Tracy Chadwick right there. If you don't see that for some reason, typically if you just go to the local disk C and then users, you'll see a list of users there as well. So in my case, mine would be the Chadwick T. Downloads, and then in this folder I should see the items that I just downloaded. So here's my mantle and my masonry chimney. So I'm going to go ahead and load in my mantle. Since it's an older file, it's telling me that it was upgrading it. And now I'm ready to place this mantle. So one cool little trick, if you tap the space bar, you can rotate something as you're bringing it in. So I can rotate that mantle. And then I should be able to snap to the midpoint of this wall. And if I don't get it perfect, I can just come back and place it more accurately with dimensions in a few minutes. So once more, I'm going back to component and load family, and I'm going back to my username folder and then downloads, and then here's my chimney. Again, it's going to upgrade it to the latest version, and now I can click on the wall to place it. So again, in order to place it perfectly accurately, your book gives you some dimensions for spacing this out. Go 6'2", then I can see that those line up. I can do the same thing with the mantle here. I can also most likely use my align tool and align the middle of this family with the middle of this family. I can even lock them together if I want. So if I switch back to 3D, I can see the end result of that over here on this side of the house. One more thing I want to point out about loading in content. You can also load in content from third-party websites. The one that I use and recommend the most is called Revit City. So I'll show you Revit City. It's just simply revitcity.com. And for your first time coming in here, you'll want to go ahead and join. And I'll tell you, this is pretty much required for your project that you're going to do after you're done with the tutorial house, because you're going to need custom furniture to put in your house for space planning. So once you have an account, you can go ahead and log in. So again, you'll start with the join. I'm going to go ahead and log in. Once you're logged in, then you can just simply search for content. So I like to use the example of garage door. We had two choices for garage doors on this house. One was a sectional garage door and one was an overhead rolling door that made more sense for a commercial application. So I'm just going to type in garage door, and you will see that there are tons and tons of garage doors that you can load in that are a lot more interesting than just the plain ones available in the Autodesk install folder. So once you find one that you like, you just download now, and then you'll be able to download it just like from Autodesk Seek. Again, this isn't required for the tutorial house, but I want to show you that this is here if you want to go ahead and register now so you can take a look at some of the content that's in there. And you will be using this again later this semester when you start working on your own houses after you complete this tutorial. So again, that's just a quick look at extra content in Autodesk Revit and how to load them in from the internet.